Oh dear. Now, Queen, they've been up to their old tricks. Well, up to a few new tricks, but not surprising ones. They've gone down the road of we've started to use AI, and we're using modern technology to mess with this old album. They should have just been left alone. Not left alone because it was great, or even historical, though it is, because it's their debut album, Queen. That's what it was called. Now they changed it. Queen won, and it's been messed with. So you've got auto-tuned vocals. You've got the drums have been replaced with what sounds like messy, baggy, untuned, heavy, unbalanced drums. But that's the sound that they said. If we could have done it, this is how we would have done it in the first place. The outtakes, there's not that many that you get to hear on this. Now, the miracle when they did that, they got the outtakes. If you're a Queen fan, now I wouldn't recommend listening to it. I wouldn't recommend anything for you. Reading a certain book or anything. There's nothing that I'd say. Go and read this. Go and watch that. I don't care. I'm just telling you. I've heard it. And I knew the Miracle album, and I knew that it was a difficult listen. And, not very joyous, but, pretends to be, this happy thing, and it's not. It's just not at all. There's no joy in it. It's just overproduced, and it's the tunes that don't hold up. They couldn't. If you sang them songs acoustically, just you with a guitar, you'd look like a dickhead. One and all, just you with your little guitar singing that. You'd look like a prat. They need all the big heavy drums, all the big production, all the big wailing guitars. The bass growling. Him, Freddie Mercury, scream singing. It did that a lot. You listen to him live, it's oftentimes it's like growling. Again, he'll have seen himself, Freddie Mercury, very much as like a panther. That's how he'll have seen himself. And on stage, basically a stripper, a tart. You can look, but you can't touch. Oh, look at me shake it, baby. And you're all squashed in. You can't hardly move. Look at all the freedom I've got. And can you imagine what I get up to back there? And him getting up to the worst things. Now that's down the road. When they started out, it was this era, Queen. What, 1973? Now the old album, they always kind of said, we weren't, that happy with that one because a bit rushed, and we were just like finding our feet and stuff, and it's it is what it is, but not one that they talk about too much, too often, which is strange for them because they don't stop going on about the past. But this will be something they overlook 9 times out of 10, and they've talked about it, but now they've polished it up and they've put it out again, and it's not a remaster, it is a remix. And I heard it, The Night Comes Down, and I laughed my tits off. It's as simple as that, I laughed my tits off. Now is it distasteful? Because, Queen, when I think of Queen, I mean when most people do, you think of Freddie Mercury. But he ain't been involved with these guys since he died. And he's been gone over 30 years. And now they're still messing with shit. AI videos. They ran out of ideas a long time ago, Queen. And not just Queen. Everyone around them. The magic gone. No, it's just a circus. Keep grinding out same old shit. And eventually Adam Lambert, he'll be too old to keep doing it. But they'll keep rocking and rolling. Brian May, Roger Taylor, they will keep going for as long as is humanly possible. Milking this dead cow of a band. And the music itself, let's talk just about the music. You know, it's old hat now. It's old music. It sounds old. It sounds dated. It sounds of its time. We know about the band. We know about him, Freddie Mercury, what he got up to. But it's not like they want to rewrite history again. They're like, yeah, we'll make this album again for the little kiddywinks that are coming up. So that they might think we're a fresh new band. Because they don't know any better. They don't know he's dead. They don't know. And they hear this, but their mum and dad are playing in the car or something. They look, what's this, Mum? This is fantastic. Is this some fresh, new, exciting band? Can we go and see them live, Mummy and Daddy? But I know he's dead. He's been gone over 30 years. And they're just messing around with this. They've got nothing better to do. And they won't have been heavily involved in this, Brian May. Dr. Brian Harold May and his badgers. They won't have had too much to do with this, nor will Roger Taylor, who he's now come out and said he's going deaf. So we might not have even heard this, but it sounds shit. And is it distasteful to the memory of Freddie Mercury? I don't really care. You know, never make me boring is what he said. And it's like, they are boring now, Queen. They are. And it's looking old now. It's looking dated. Looks like it is. It's from a bygone era. And it will fade away. There will come a time where it's like, we've milked this for all it's worth. There will come that day, especially live, going out live. They'd make just as much money if they'd just come up with a tribute act and pick people out and said, you know, these are guys that we've endorsed. We're behind this. We're putting the Queen name on this, the Queen stamp. It's legit. It's the shit. And we chose these. We picked these out. This guy pretending to be me, Dr. Brian Harold May. And then, you know, we found someone to be like Roger, and we found him, just like John Deacon. And then we got him. You know, Freddie Mercury, and you can imagine it, you know, can't replace that guy, you know. We flash up a few images of him up on the screen every now and again just to remind people to cry. Remember him. I'm surprised that they haven't got hold of or got somewhere a picture of him dead. Freddie Mercury, and just milk that. Keep playing that at the shows. Love of my life. And there's him laid out, dead. But again, with these, I've said, the Antichrist, you know, if there is one, there is. But where is he? Who is he? We don't know. It could be him, Freddie Mercury. It could possibly be. And him not be dead. And that'd be a horrible thing to say, because it's like, how can you say that? Nobody would fake that. Pretend to have the AIDS. It's like he would. I've said it. Now, the last trick that could pull is, you know, he's back. He didn't really die, or he time travelled, or was reincarnated. Here he is again. They'll do it eventually with a hologram, but that'll just be the start. AI, robots, machines, genetics, things. They'll bring him back. And he might just be one of many, like David Bowie, bring back him. Bring them all back. Mark Bolan, John Lennon, George Harrison. Just bring them back one by one, like cyborgs. Better than us. Pure. The real deal, but better than ever. All-knowing. All-wise. Cost an absolute fortune to go and see them live. And then be, capable of murder, and you get that close and, ripping people to shreds. Other people just loving it, lapping it up. Just like the album cover for News of the World. But them, be the robots, them. All powerful. Could crush you, could bring you down at any point, could just mess with you, mess you up. Fix you for good. Now, I recently listened to Made in Heaven, the album that the remaining members of Queen made after he popped his clogs, Freddie Mercury. And it came out in 1995. And it started off with a single, Heaven for Everyone. And it's, again, distasteful. I mean, the guy's dead. Did he get to heaven? Well, he said himself he didn't want to go. He was looking forward to hell. And all the interesting people he was going to get to know down there. And again, whether it be true, whether it just be something he say, we don't know. But he's saying this could be heaven. This is gone. He's already gone to heaven, but it could be heaven here too. And for everybody. Everybody could be fed. This world would be fair. This world would be free. This world would be fun. There should be heaven for everyone. And it started off, initially, it was a song by The Cross on their shit album, Shove It. It was on there, and Freddie Mercury sang. But at the beginning, Roger Taylor there was this spoken word thing where he was pretending that he was a therapist and he was putting you to sleep. And he's saying, close your eyes and think about this. And then Freddie Mercury would start singing about heaven. And then it would end with, Roger saying, you can wake up now. Some bullshit, it was something like that. It's been a long time since I heard it, but go and listen to it. The Cross, Heaven for Everyone, and it's funny, it's hilarious, but the mess with Air Queen, they got hold of it and they said, well, put it out as a single. And the first time I heard it, because I had heard it before, I'd heard the album on, the Cross album, Shove It, and I'd heard this song, and I was like, you could tell they'd messed with it, and they'd added little bits and bobs, and I thought they'd made it better, but it was shit before, and now it was just a bit shit. Not much of a leap, but it was okay, but distasteful, in bad taste. I wouldn't have put it out. I just said, we can't put this out, why? Because he's dead. Freddie Mercury, we knew the guy for years, 20 years, in a band with him, went all over the world with him. And then he died of the AIDS, and here we are cashing in. And it's wrong, and not one of them say this. Not one of them look across at each other and go, but out of order this. Don't know about us doing this, guys. Feels a bit weird, feels a bit eerie. And are we sure that we're going to produce anything any good? Or is it just, shit? Commercial pap, crap, redundant. Is that what we're building here? We're making this. It's not real. We just got hold of his voice and we're adding all our bits and pretending that he's still around. Pretending that he's got any say in this when he's dead. He knows no better. He ain't got no idea about this. But then say, oh no, we could feel his spirit. He's here with us in spirit. Brian May even said it was the best album they ever made. Because he didn't say why. You know why? Because he weren't around. In a lot of ways, it was the best album we ever made. In a lot of ways, it was the most fun album we ever did. He say this in interviews. Go and find him. Now, him, Dr. Brian Harold May. Again, I can't help this about myself, but sometimes I see people and there's something off with him. And I get that feeling with him. I get it from all of them in Queen. There's something seriously wrong and off. Iffy, there's something fishy about these guys. All of them. And, what they've put out in the world. I think it's a bit sick and a bit twisted and of the devil, and it's still going on. It's still being played, it's still being pumped out in the world, and they will eventually make the sequel to Bohemian Rhapsody, that piece of shit. And it'll be Rami Malek again, getting everybody to cry. And he'll win the Oscar again for his portrayal of the late great Freddie Mercury. It's like, what a dazzling display by Rami. Riddled with the AIDS, but soldiering on. He really sells it. He really pulled that off. And him be all method, have to lose loads of weight, and the script will be AI assisted. It'll be shit, but it will be. Oh, if you don't cry, you must be a bad person, because how can you not be upset watching this? Knowing what happened to him, that he got the AIDS, died, and we soldiered on. We went in afterwards and we made in heaven for him, because he wanted it before he died. He said, carry on, guys, please, don't care what I sing, just give me songs, guys. I'm going to sing them to the end. I'm going to keep going, guys, for Queen, so that you can put out product when I'm gone. That's, shabby and, ill-conceived and weird and off its fucking head. I mean, some of those recordings, some of those songs on Made in Heaven never should have seen the light of day, never should have got heard, ever, never should have been put out. And not because I'm a massive Queen fan that's like, how dare you? It's not official product, because he's not there. I don't give a fuck. It just shouldn't have gone out because it's in bad taste. And it's shit. And it'd be an album again where it's like, I was born to love you. It's the most joyous thing Queen ever did. Listen to I Was Born to Love You. And it starts with like the sound of a crypt being opened. I don't know what it's supposed to be. That's what it sounds like to me. Like a tombstone, or like something concrete being pushed to one side. And what the fuck's lurking under there? What's coming out? And then it's, I was born to love you. And then it'd be like this big rock excess party. key changes, all over the place, joyous party, living it up. And again, you'd listening to it, knowing he's dead, the guy. I was born to love what? Who's he singing? What is he singing about? Dick? Because that's what killed him. We can't skate around this. It's got nothing to do with him being a homosexual. It's nothing to do with whether he was bi or straight or whatever. Now, what happened to him? He was abandoned as a kid, sent off to boarding school. Fuck off. Go away. And he'll have hardly spent any time around his mum and dad. So in some regards, loads of freedom. Loads of things, because no one gives a fuck, apart from, his teachers give him a good spanking and stuff like that. And the other bully boys at school. But, again, he'll have done what he did before. He'll have done it at an early age. And it'll be because he's got no love from his mother. That's why his last song is like mother love. It's like, never had it. I don't know. Now, that's one way of looking at that song. Another way of looking at it is, he wants to get all up in his mum's guts again. To be reborn. She was still alive when he put this out. Saying, I want to be inside you again, Mom. But, sounding like a creepy old man. And, it's supposed to be that he's dying and he wants to feel the warmth and the safety and the security of being back in his mother's womb. That's what it's supposed to be. It ain't that with him. He'll be like, thanks, Mum. No wonder I'm dying of the AIDS. I was always looking for love in the wrong places. Looking for what I'd never had. And people will say this is blasphemous, what you're saying about him. He loved his mother and she loved him, and they were extremely close. And I'm saying no, they weren't. Because if they were, he wouldn't have died of the AIDS. He'd have never needed to go out and look for that. To do that, he could have done it once, and that's enough. But he couldn't stop. And who did he infect? Go and listen to the interview by Mick Rock talking about what he liked, Freddie Mercury. It was young boys he was into. He liked them young, but he's like, who did you see Freddie Mercury with all the time? It was guys, it was dudes. Big burly guy. Oh, he liked guys like Burt Reynolds. Look at him, he liked them butch, he liked them big. It's like, well, was that a smokescreen? How many beards did this guy have? Hiding the truth. What he was really into, what he was really doing, what he was capable of. I'm saying, I think with what you're getting at the moment with all your P. Diddy's and R. Kelly's and all these singers that turn out to be fucking creeps and rappers and musicians and pop stars and your Gary Glitters and your Ian Watkins and all these fucking nutters. I'm saying I don't think that they're that dissimilar to the likes of, your Freddie Mercury's. I think he'll have been as bad. I think he'll have been, Mr. Bad Guy. He'll have been evil as fuck. It's what that should have been called. Mr. Sick Twisted Bastard. But there's like Mr. Bad Guy. I'm not, why not you that much? I'm a bad boy. I'm a bad guy. But just playing a part, and all this. So humble and quiet, this guy backstage, you know, behind the scenes, behind the curtains, when he was away from all the pomposity of, you know, being on centre stage and first on the call sheet and number one, the big guy, you know, the massive talent, Freddie Mercury. When he wasn't that, when he was backstage, you didn't know him like I did. I met him a few times. We were friends. How many fucking friends did this guy have? And you'll see now, because they're getting leaked, because they've been sold, everything's been sold off. You'll see him hanging about with all sorts. This one, that one, this one, that one, loads of people, celebrities, boyfriends, ladies, you know, all sorts. He'll be posing with pictures, surrounded by friends, always having a good time, living it up. It's like, did no one say to this guy, put it away? Stop now, what you're doing. This is a bad way. I know somebody that you've recently hooked up with. You know, one of your boyfriends. I know him. Guess what? What, he's got the AIDS. You kidding? No. I know. Teddy, remember Teddy? Teddy, darling. Yeah, Teddy. From Ohio. That guy we picked up. I don't recall that, honey. I don't. Who is? He's dead. Got the AIDS. You remember little 18-year-old little Philip? I don't recall that. He's dead. Saw him only a few weeks ago, just before he passed. Oh, Freddie, he got the AIDS. You need to stop. He didn't have one friend that said this to him, not one out of all these people that he fucking knew. And all the fucking he was doing. He didn't have one person turning around and go, you really need to fucking knock this on the fucking head. What's that, darling? All the fucking people, all the fucking boys, all the fucking shit you're doing, all the... Look at you, you've got the AIDS. What? Freddie, we all know. But him not keep it a secret, darling. While the whole world's looking at him going, has he got the AIDS? Roger, how's Freddie doing? Has he got the AIDS? Fuck off, you cheeky gib. Was in the gym yesterday. What's it got to do with you? It's like... nothing. You know, we just ask him, like, you know... You've just shown you're lying. Again. You're a liar. You're all liars. And then when him died, them telling a new pack of lies. Oh, we were just covering for him because it was so sad that he had the AIDS. So people would ask and we'd just say, no, it's fine, it's fine, it's fine. So like at no point did you like, so I can't, please don't ask me to give interviews or talk about that subject, please. Don't ask me about that. Why not? Because I don't want to have to lie. He's got the AIDS. It didn't happen. Just denied it. Yeah, we're thinking of going on tour. Going on tour, he got out of bed for weeks, the guy. Dying, he's got the AIDS. Why has he got the AIDS? Gave it himself. Got hold of it, but you know, it'll have been a gift when he got it. And again, I mean, did he have it? Did he die? He'd be such a liar. I mean, again, Queen One liar. It's on there, the new song, you know, the new remix of that old piece of shit. And him saying in the song, you know, over and over again, like it was Freddie Mercury. I don't know, this is his first appearance on an album. Or what's he singing about? He's calling himself a fucking liar over and over again. Starts off with keep yourself alive. Well, he didn't. And again, the big sinister undertones. Weird shit that you think you're fucking hearing when you're listening to Queen. And, allusions to this, that, the other. Flash, flash, flash. On to the next bit of business. This, that, the other key change. Guitar solo. Now I'm singing about love. Now I'm singing about killing somebody. Now I'm singing about, oh, I'm fucking heartbroken. And now I'm singing about God. And now I'm singing about the devil. And now I'm singing about cock. Now I'm singing about radios. Singing about absolute gobbledygook. I mean, Radio Gaga. Only Queen could pull that off. Anybody else would be like, what are you on about? What are you doing? I've got written a new song. How does it go? All we hear is Radio Gaga. Radio Gaga. Radio Gaga. Shut up. Fucking idiot. What'd you call that? You'd be laughed out of the room, but with these, he's took that to Freddie Mercury and he said, I've got an idea. Oh, what's that, honey? All we hear is Radio Gaga, Radio Gaga. Oh, darling, it's awesome, it's genius. Oh, honey, go away, go on holiday for a little bit and leave me with that. Because I'm better than you, but that's a good idea. Good, well done, Roger. You go on holiday and have a good time. Go and have a good week away, Roger, and I'll lock myself in the studio. And I'll work on that. Good idea. Jolly great idea, that is. And we'll get them singing along. They can all clap to that. And in the video, we can be like, all dressed up fancy. But we'll talk about that when you come back off holiday, Roger. Absolute gobbledygook. If you come up with it, you'd be laughed out of the room. You wouldn't be holding your head up for very much longer. Bring that up at work, during the break. There's a couple of people outside having a cigarette. What about you? You still write your songs and stuff? Well, yeah, just come up with a new one recently, actually. Yeah, well, give us a blast. How's it go? All we hear is Radio Gaga, Radio Gaga, Radio Gaga. All we hear is Radio. How long do you think you'd get away with that? In front of the real world? You wouldn't. It's one of the best produced songs ever in the world, Radio Gaga. It sounds fantastic. The synths, the bass, everything about it is nailed perfectly. That, was a piece of art. But it comes from a really stupid place, silly. But only they could do that. Only they could take a shit idea and say, we can milk this for all it's worth. We put, modern sounding like drum machines and synthesizers and behind this. Make a video using, old Metropolis footage. Fritz Lang, because of modern technology, we can splice it together with, modern footage of us. Looking cool and driving around in paper mache fucking space machines. I've been saying for too long, I've been trying to drill it home about Queen. Being evil and sick as fuck. And the next thing, how long before Queen 2 comes out? With this new treatment that they've done for this new fucking piece. This reworking of. The drums sound shit and lame. Pathetic, and it sounds like it's trying to be the Foo Fighters or something. It's bullshit. And I can't dig in too deep because I've not listened to much of it. But what I heard, I was like, it's guff. Now, what I'd like to hear is the outtakes for Innuendo and Made in Heaven. I want to hear the outtakes for Mother Love. Because I'm sure they'll have been going, we need to record every moment now with Freddie. Why? Well, darling, you might just say something as an ad-lib that we can use. A little tidbit for the audience, when he's gone. Okay, darling, I'll keep it rolling. Then him saying, I'll come back and finish that. And why is it all sexy, smooth, sultry? I mean, it's all artificial, it's tripe, but Mother Love, why does it sound like it's trying to be a careless whisper or something when it's about his mum? Saying, he's talking about his life in this song as if his mum's dead, when she wasn't. She wasn't, she was still alive. Saying, I just want the comfort and care, just to know that my woman gives me sweet mother love. And you're like, you're going to go outline then? You're going to keep up the pretense that you're into the ladies? I mean, is it possible that he was? That is actually a rather boring, bald, heterosexual guy. With kids, with a family, and false teeth, wears false teeth, wears a wig, covers himself in makeup, wears a chest piece. He even changed the colour of his skin before Michael Jackson. That's why Michael Jackson was hanging around with him. So, and you from Zanzibar? So, yeah, are you so white? Are you so pale? You're whiter than all these white guys. And then getting makeup tips off him. Well, I use this, darling. I apply a bit of this every day. I put this on here, I put that on there. Yeah, have a look at this. This is what I do. Tie that behind there, put that up there, that goes inside there. Pull that back, put that over there. God, you fascinating creature. And it be like that, and the stories be told, about why did Michael Jackson fall out with Freddie Mercury and them not finish the songs that they started working on. They worked on 3 songs together. And none of them saw the light of day in their lifetimes. Why? Because of a shit. Why were the shit? Because they probably rushed. They probably did them in half an hour. Together it was... Michael Jackson wasn't serious about working with him. Not when he knew the real guy. I don't think anyone could. Because bad as he be, Michael Jackson, I'm saying. I think Freddie Mercury was worse. I think it was probably way worse. But anyway, I'm done. That's about all I want to say about it. Ta-ta, peeps.